to jam on the brakes or try and get off at these speeds. He's barely slowing down despite the little traffic that there is on the freeway here. LAPD with their airship doing a yeoman's work here as they try and keep that night sun on that suspect between 90 and 100 miles per hour. Unclear whether there's anybody else inside the vehicle besides the driver. This is a stolen BMW, not sure where from. This pursuit has been going on for close to 30 to 40 minutes. LAPD's Wilshire Division heading up this pursuit, waiting for California Highway Patrol to get involved. We believe that this is LAPD still, but again, they're waiting for CHP to take over this pursuit. That was the word that we received a short time ago. We'll see if that's still the plan here as he makes his way further north of the 110 freeway and closer to downtown. Right now we're in South LA, just passing Manchester Avenue. Slowing down a little more volume here on the northbound side of the 110 freeway. Jamming on the brakes. A few more brake lights ahead of him here that may provoke him to get off of the freeway. We'll see what he does here, but it does look like he's going to take Manchester Avenue. Too much traffic on the 110 for this guy getting onto Manchester Avenue. Again, going around traffic here with just really aggressive tactics here as he tries to maneuver through this intersection. He's got the green light there, making a left turn with traffic, but again, really trying to fight the vehicle here. Looks like, it looks like a Lexus actually. Looks like a blue Lexus. We had originally heard BMW. It does look like a Lexus, and he has gotten off of the 110 freeway. Off of the 110 freeway in Manchester. Okay, we may lose him here. He's going to be going westbound, taking a U-turn now back eastbound on the 110 freeway. I'm Manchester, underneath the 110 freeway, excuse me. And it looks like he's going to continue eastbound. So he's continuing eastbound. Can we go eastward? Okay. Eastbound Florence from Maine.
Matt Lucas. What it do? Yo, what's up, gym class? Hey, I'm about to take attendance right now. Everybody write down your name. We gotta take attendance.
I gotta turn this one. Southbound, southbound. Is that him? Let's go south, yeah. Another left turn now going eastbound through southeast LA here, just east of the 10 freeway, of the 110 freeway rather. Now, did he make a turn or did he go through it? Okay, still going eastbound. Looks like he's picking up speed here. Any sign of those approaching Alameda. Airship still has the suspect in sight. Getting further away from the freeway here as he continues eastbound through South LA. Did we confirm if it was a Lexus or an Infinity? Infinity, okay. Taking a northbound turn now. 10-4. Another eastbound turn, zigzagging his way through here as he continues to venture further towards the east, through side streets. This is all surface area, just west, or just east rather, of the 110 freeway. We're now about a mile east of the 110 freeway as he continues to make random turns, and now a random U-turn, now going the other way, southbound now. Turning the lights off. Back along your shoulder, okay. Okay. Southbound Long Beach now making another westbound turn here, finding another gas station. Might be the same one. You must be low on gas. Driver stepping out of the vehicle. And he's going to drop it right here. Oh, he's going to get gas. This driver nervously getting gas after feeling some degree of relief here, although you can tell he's still very animated. He's got his shirt covering his face, clearly aware of the helicopters, but pretty unaware of the fact that he's pretty much on his own down there. There's really nobody pursuing him anymore. All of the law enforcement has pulled off. LAPD has abandoned this pursuit. California Highway Patrol has sent their helicopter off to other assignments. So it looks like he is really just he's got a little wad of cash there maybe. I mean, he couldn't be acting any more suspicious, I'll tell you that. After feeling some degree of relief here, although you can tell he's still very animated. He's got his shirt covering his face, clearly aware of the helicopters, but pretty unaware of the fact that he's pretty much on his own down there. There's really nobody pursuing him anymore. All of the law enforcement has pulled off. LAPD has got a little wad of cash there maybe. I mean, couldn't be acting any more suspicious, I'll tell you that. dropping the drop. This is wild scene here as he just drops the pump and continues on after a quick splash of gas. Now back on the run here, but there's nobody behind him as he continues to drive like a maniac through here. And now getting back onto Long Beach Boulevard. There's CHP now, just about, and now getting back onto Long Beach Boulevard. There's CHP now, just about 1 block behind him, with lights and sirens blaring, and it looks like he might be trying to, no, he's pulling somebody else over.
Imagine bringing your side project to life just by thinking about it. Meet
Alright, another black and white trying to catch up. Another black and white trying to catch up. For another major, there's that black and white, just about half a block behind him, trying to make his way through the intersection. The vehicle blacked out, and it's a stolen blue Infiniti on the run here after a lengthy pursuit from law enforcement. Law enforcement eventually giving it up, but the suspect behaving very dangerously, very erratic behavior here. And after nearly running out of gas, pulled into a gas station, a quick pump, and he was off to the races once again. You can see him now going eastbound, actually northbound. Northbound, it is northbound, right? Still northbound Long Beach Boulevard. Still on the 710.
What?
throughout the course of this pursuit in excess of 100 miles per hour at times. He appears to be the only person in this vehicle. Like I said, he ran this all the way into the ground, out of gas, and eventually filled up again, and now he's really pushing the pedal to the metal on surface streets here in East LA, Mark. Tries to cross over on the correct side. This is going to be another narrow street here. I was going to say, at some point, I would love to see if we could turn that tape around where he was getting gas. We got a really good look at the suspect, although not a clear look at his face because he was acting extremely suspicious as he stopped for gas, had his shirt over his face. He pumped for about a few minutes, as you mentioned, and then just dropped the punch and dropped the pump, and then sped off into the night up Long Beach Boulevard. And now we can only presume that he's working with, yeah, we can only presume that he's got at least a half a tank.
Find him on the ground. He's on the freeway. What freeway is he on now?
Oh, we're in the East LA interchange here. He is now, it looks like he's getting back on to the 10 freeway southbound. This is where all of these freeways get a little squirrely here. So southbound 10 for a little bit, and he'll have to make a decision whether he goes westbound on the 10 or ventures onto the 60 freeway. He could also take, I believe, the 5 freeway from this junction as well here. He's still pushing extreme speeds here, and he's got Bell Police behind him. He also has that LA County Sheriff's helicopter here as he continues now with the vehicle blacked out, that helicopter overhead. He may have to end up doing the call out here if those ground units have to fall back. And at some point, I think now, especially as far away from the city of Bell as we are, we have to presume that he is catching the interest of California Highway Patrol, or at the very least, that the city of Bell is asking for assistance from California Highway Patrol, giving them the option of getting involved in taking this over, or whether the city of Bell wants to continue this pursuit. But right now, we are on the freeway in downtown LA, well out of the city of Bell's jurisdiction. Certainly they can continue this pursuit if they choose to. We will see if they hang tight for CHP or if they eventually pull this off, because he is continuing. I would say light traffic as he makes his way through here near the West Adams area. I can tell you that the traffic going the other way is a little heavier, so he's on the lighter side of the 10 freeway here with very little resistance. He still has that night sun right on him, and I think that is going to continue to agitate him. If history is any indicator here, he is not going to like that, and he's going to continue to press that gas pedal. Had every opportunity, I should also mention, to just abandon the vehicle and hide into the night, but he hasn't taken that opportunity. Instead, he has antagonized multiple jurisdictions and continued this dangerous joyride.
Northbound now on Arlington from the 10 freeway, and there's quite a bit of traffic. A lot of cars here, a fairly narrow street. Looks like apartment buildings and homes on either side. He's kind of going down the middle there. The night sun is on him. Going to another gas station. I don't think he's getting gas this time. He's just using it to cut through. But that was on Arlington, northbound. Now it looks like he's going to continue west on whatever street this is. We'll get that in a second. Yeah, he got away from a lot of traffic. There were a lot of cars around him. He may not have expected that.
Yeah, no, he definitely wasn't expecting that. And I would say if he continues west, he could be okay. But if he continues north towards Hollywood, things will bunch up on him a little more here. Right now he's in Arlington Heights, and he's got a wide open major here, and he's using it, and it doesn't appear that I at least Rob under the 10 freeway it's now got 4 units pulling up here behind him. Keep the camera where it is, Robbie, but I can tell you, Mark, that there are a couple of additional units. These may be the same Bell units or potentially LAPD. Do you know, Rob? Those are the original pursuing officers. So we've got 2 Bell police officers several blocks back here with their lights and sirens on, continuing to try and keep up with him, but they're not pulling up behind him. They're staying back and following at this point. Again, letting that sheriff's helicopter north here. He's now made a southbound turn towards the 10 freeway. Let's see if he tries to get back on the freeway.
All right, southbound from Washington. He was in Arlington Heights. We don't know exactly what street he's on yet, but we will find out. If you're in this neighborhood, as you can see, there are homes on what appears to be on either side of this this street. Stay in your home. He's on La Brea, so that is a busy street on a Friday night, depending on how far south you go. It's going to be busy. It's going to get toward Wilshire, and it's going to...
He's got an opportunity to get back on the freeway, and I think he's going to take it. I think he's going to take it. He's going to head
eastbound.
The entrance ramp right there. He's going to be taking the eastbound side, and so he'll be getting back on the 10 freeway here, now going eastbound with traffic. And as you just saw moments ago, Mark, this is going to be the heavier side of traffic for him. So
way, and he got into another car heading in the other direction, but
and he's out.
He bailed.
He's out. He pulled it.
Versus re-engaged, and so now they're behind him.
Just playing cat and mouse with law enforcement here, so he appears to be more comfortable speeding down the freeway. He seems to be looking for a big thrill here that he's not getting on surface streets, but where he's able to really exercise the power of the sports car on the freeway.
Yeah, and you know, as you pointed out earlier, there were plenty of times he had been pursued, they backed off the pursuit, he had enough time to get gas, which means he definitely had enough time to just get out of the vehicle, walk away, and had a decent chance of getting away with this. And he chose not to. He got gas for the vehicle, stuck with it, and got back, you know, kept driving erratically to the point where officers re-engaged. And so now they're behind him, now they're above him in the helicopter, and the pursuit is still on, and his freedom definitely at risk, and this will probably end with him having to go to jail. Where are we now? He just got off.
A wild turn there. He thought he was maybe going to get back on the freeway the way he was going around that semi-tractor trailer. He's now going to head underneath the 10 freeway. I don't have the exact cross street at the moment, but he's going to end up in the fashion district here if he continues to cut out the other side of this overpass. Or he could pull the classic move. There he is. He's coming out the other side. No, that's not him. He is now underneath. He's out.
He bailed.
He's out. He pulled it. He bailed under the freeway, and the vehicle is rolling.
So okay, so my theory is, I'm finna break it down real
having
quick.
to go to jail.
Is
Where
that
are we now?
someone
He
was
just got
waiting
off.
for him right here. Someone was waiting for him right there, and they either went up or down.
Way he was going around that semi-tractor trailer is now going to head underneath
But
the
look,
10 freeway. I don't have the exact cross street at the moment, but he's going to...
you see, it's long enough time for him to get up in there.
With him
Look.
having to go to jail. Where are we now? He just got off.
A wild turn there. He thought he was maybe going to get back on the freeway the way he was going around that semi-tractor trailer. He's now going to head underneath the 10 freeway. I don't have the exact cross street at the moment, but he's going to end up in the fashion district here if he continues to come out the other side of this overpass. Or he could pull the classic move.
I think it's that one. I think it's that one right there. I think it's that one right there.
There he is. He's
Look.
coming out the other side.
Look, it's that SUV. And then he was right there.
You got it. Yeah, this Persuit termination now turning into a crime scene here. Some people coming out to take a look at what's going on along Alameda underneath the 10 freeway, where California Highway Patrol and the City of Bell Police are looking for clues as to what happened to the driver of that vehicle right there in the center of your screen. A GTA suspect behind the wheel of that stolen blue Infiniti jumped out of the vehicle underneath the 10 freeway. The vehicle rolled right into that light pole, and it is believed that the suspect got into another SUV underneath the freeway and basically disappeared into the night just north of the 10 freeway. And at this point, an investigation is now underway to try and figure out his next moves. What exactly happened there? Was it a meetup with a buddy, or was it a carjacking or something else? But obviously a major scene down here in East LA. Mark, back to you.
Yeah, it's interesting. They put yellow tape up. I don't know whether that was for crowd control or whether this is an indicator of something more serious or sinister happening with that vehicle. I'm guessing, given people were starting to kind of gather around it, so maybe it is just for crowd control. But yeah, it looks like you got the City of Bell, the Highway Patrol, a number of other agencies that have been involved in this. They are now looking for that other vehicle that apparently he got into. There it is in the video to your right. That SUV that sped out from underneath that overpass and took off from the scene, while the stolen car just creeps toward that telephone pole and ultimately is stopped by that telephone pole. So yeah, the suspect is out and on the loose after a very wild pursuit that, among other things, saw the suspect stop for gas at a point where the police pursuing agencies had backed off. That's video we have from earlier too. He actually stopped at this gas station, got out, filled up the tank, it would appear, and during that time there were no police around him, no police behind him, no apparently officers above him that we know of, and so he very casually filled up the car with gas, covering his face at the time. But you get a good look now at who this person is. Even though you don't get to see his face, you get a pretty good description of what he looks like. And he fills up the tank and then drives off. And what got him re-engaged here was the fact that he continued to drive so erratically after he had filled up his tank. For this entire time, there were no officers behind him. He could have walked away from his car and would have gotten away scot-free. He chose not to do that, instead getting back on the freeways, driving at high speeds, basically forcing police to continue to pursue him, and getting to the point where he is now under the 10 freeway, where that pursuit ended with him getting into another vehicle. We'll try to have more information for you on later editions of Eyewitness News. I guess I should say earlier editions of Eyewitness News, beginning tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. I'm Mark Brown, along with Chris Christie. Thanks for watching. Good night.